If you love film, join us for the Atlantic International Film Festival, September 14th to 21st. Details and tickets at atlanticfilmfestival.ca.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program launch. Thank you. My name is Martha Cooley, and I'm the Executive Director of the Atlantic International Film Festival. We're gathered together today in Shubuktut in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We acknowledge the Mi'kmaq are the past, present, and future caretakers of this land. We are all treaty people. It's my honor and pleasure to welcome you today, introduce you to our new team, and tell you about this year's festival. The 2023 Atlantic International Film Festival will be held September 14th to 21st and will include 8 days of screenings, industry events, panels, and parties. Our screenings will take place right here in Cineplex Cinema Park Lane. Our industry events will be at the Lord Nelson Hotel, and our parties will be at various locations throughout downtown Halifax. Our theme this year is something we all have in common: the love of film. From the filmmakers who dedicate their lives to writing, directing, and producing, to the cast and crew who bring those ideas to life, and the festival staff and volunteers who organize events like these, to the audience who fill the theaters, we are all powered by our love of film. The festival has a new logo, as I'm sure you've seen, and a refreshed brand. We are returning to our roots and our legacy name, Atlantic International Film Festival, and the initials AIFF, or AIFF, as some call it. Or not. With this rebrand comes new naming for our other programs, including AIFF Partners, our international co-production and co-financing market, AIFF Kids, our youth film festival, and AIFF Outdoor, our outdoor screening series. We have new staff at the festival this year, and I'm delighted to introduce a few of them to you, including our new Director of Programming, Lisa Haller. Lisa, along with her programming team, will announce this year's film selections. And now it is my pleasure to welcome our new Industry Programs Manager, Chrissy King, who will tell you all about AIFF Partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Good morning. My name is Chrissy King, and I'm the Industry Programs Manager at AIFF. It's my privilege to be here today and tell you about the 26th edition of AIFF Partners, a well-loved international co-financing and co-production market held annually during the opening weekend of the Atlantic International Film Festival. Every fall, producers, sales agents, financiers, broadcasters, and other industry executives from the world over are invited to our city to rekindle old partnerships and make new connections. When people have been to Partners describe it, they say what makes it so special is our combination of top-notch hospitality and exclusive opportunity delivered in an intimate setting. The fact that our delegates are, in a sense, taking a seaside getaway while also making the kinds of deals that lead to great cinema and television is truly the spirit of Partners. It's my great joy to be part of this unique market and its rich history. The industry is in the midst of rapid transformation, with many people wondering what the future of film and television looks like. Partners will aim to hold on to a sense of possibility and focus on creating connections that inspire us to move forward, remembering what we all have in common, our love of film. At our 26th market, we'll be scheduling hundreds of one-to-one meetings, roundtable sessions, and seeking to inspire delegates with 3 thought-provoking panels. The first of which will delve into the fascinating topic of AI and technology, with panelists from both the tech ecosystem and creative communities. We will listen to Adam Garnett-Jones of APTN lead a discussion on Indigenous representation with filmmakers from Métis, Aotearoa, and Kaspakwik, sharing their experiences. Finally, we'll host a fireside chat on co-production with our spotlight region, New Zealand. Telefilm, the New Zealand Film Commission, and producers Daniel Beckerman, Jane Lauman, and Emma Slade will be part of this conversation. We are proud to once again deliver a stellar roster of delegates from around the world, Attendees this year are traveling from California, New York, Chile, Ireland, London, Denmark, Germany, France, Austria, the Netherlands, Australia, and of course, New Zealand. We're pleased to welcome our returning delegates from all corners of Canada, including a strong group of both veteran and emerging producers from Nova Scotia. Top-tier executives in attendance this fall represent companies like CBC, Chorus, Bell, Mongrel, Game Theory Films, VVS, Capital Motion, Attraction Distribution, Myriad Pictures, Vortex, Level K, Raven Banner Entertainment, The Exchange, Blue Fox Entertainment, and Your Images. We're thrilled to be able to offer these guests a revitalized calendar of glamorous screenings, galas, and fresh industry mixers, all with touches of maritime charm, performances by local musicians, and our signature lobster dinner by the sea to close the weekend. None of this would be possible without our partners in government and the private sector. Thank you for your generous support. We would also like to highlight our exciting 2-year partnership with the New Zealand Film Commission and offer them a heartfelt thank you from all of us at AIFF. We look forward to meeting you at the market. And now I'm so pleased to introduce you to Lisa Haller.
Hi everyone, thanks Chrissy. My name is Lisa Haller and I am the Director of Programming here at the festival. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our goal for the program is to celebrate innovative and exciting talent and the opportunity to watch cinema together on the big screen. We are thrilled to share the 2023 festival that the festival will showcase International Festival Award winners and standout Canadian films in a focused, more tightly curated program featuring newly defined categories. The festival has a long history of programming films by diverse creators and featuring stories from around the world, while also promoting and elevating the talent within our own Atlantic region. This year's program will showcase 115 films across close to 90 public screenings. We are excited to spotlight films from across the entire Atlantic region and are particularly proud that 64% of the entire selection is Canadian and 57% are by female identifying filmmakers. Before we begin announcements, I want to take the opportunity to express our thanks to all of the filmmakers who shared their work with us. The programming team was so astounded by the quality of work, and it was very much admired, making our decisions particularly challenging this year. So thank you. I am thrilled to introduce to you our festival programmers. They are a passionate team of film experts, writers, performers, and producers from our community who you will come to recognize as the hosts for our in-cinema screenings in September. Fallon Matthews, programming focus is world cinema and documentary. Sandy Rankudawa, his programming focus is documentary, narrative new waves, and short film. Kevin Chabot has a programming focus of world cinema, late night visions, and classics restored. And Sean Mayhew-Gowley has a programming focus of short film. Together, they considered hundreds of features and shorts and curated a very thoughtful and exciting lineup. New this year, our short programs will be a selection of films from Canada and around the world. Programs will celebrate a variety of genres and styles, and each program will feature films from the Atlantic region, documentary, animation, and international award winners. There are 8 programs, 56 short films, and 20 films representing the Atlantic region. The program spotlights award winners and standout talent from Sundance, TIFF, and Cannes, and showcases exciting voices and perspectives from across the globe. Please welcome short film programmers Sean Mayhew-Gowley and Sandy Rankudawa to announce highlights from the program.
Thank you, Lisa. Our first shorts program includes the award-winning debut from Belgium, Michael Abbe's Cleta, as well as Nova Scotian drama Wolf by Kathleen Dorian about new motherhood, Zoe Cleland's debut psychological thriller Blueberries for Iris, set in Bradley's Cove, Newfoundland, and the world premiere of the beautifully composed documentary from Newfoundland and Labrador, The Gaze, directed by Stacy Gardner. Featuring themes of family, Program 2 includes the world premieres of Favorite Only Child, directed by Juliet Poitras, and the NASCAD debut Starry Night from animator Emma McCabe, as well as New Brunswick's Desmond Simon's intimate family portrait, Mitata, Grandfather. The films in Program 3 showcase characters' resilience, including the Canadian premiere of Heather Campbell's incredible portrait of an Inuk artist and trailblazer in the small community of Rigolette, Labrador, Miss Campbell, Inuk teacher, and AFCOOP Film 5 alumni Akshay Shirka's portrayal of Indian immigrants in Entree. Program 4 opens with Egypt's I Promise You Paradise by Murad Mustafa, which won the Raoul d'Or for Best Short Film at Cannes Critics Week. It also showcases the talent of director Ella Morton in their experimental documentary, The Great Kind of Mystery, about an Inuk and Mi'kmaq artist growing up in Daniels Harbor, Newfoundland, and the supernatural drama by PEI director Logan Fulford, Sea Salt, closes the program.
Program 5 spotlights the bold and weird and features the Cannes Cinefondation animation standout from Academy-nominated director Daria Kashieva, titled Electra. It also features the Sundance Special Jury Award winner The Vacation, which was directed by Jero Carrillo, as well as the world premiere for Nova Scotian thriller The Score 97.9, which is directed by Violet Shoshana Pask. Program 6 is anchored by the documentary A Love Letter to Leopold L. Fulem, which offers a window into the life of the Caracat-born renowned ceramicist, lovingly captured by award-winning New Brunswick director Renee Blanchard. Program 6 will also present the world premiere of Nova Scotian short romance Mickey by Stevie Hunter. From heartbreaking drama to coming of age and comedy, Program 7 bursts with assured direction, including the world premiere of Jesse Harley's thriller, Payback, starring Bob Mann, Taylor Olson, Jonathan Torrens, and Coombe from Nova Scotia. And now, please welcome my colleague Fallon Matthews to announce the documentary lineup.
The festival is thrilled to showcase 16 captivating nonfiction film screenings, and these documentaries vary and offer illuminating perspectives and behind-the-scenes access to social and political issues, personal journeys, music history, and the influence and impact of individual icons. The following are titles featuring Nova Scotian creatives. In the Quiet and the Dark, directed by Nance Akerman, will be paired with Songs of Unamaki, directed by Don Wells and Jeff Miller, Unsinkable, directed by Megan Wenberg, and Mr. Dressup, The Magic of Make-Believe, directed by East Coaster Rob McCallum and produced by Aeschylus Poulos, Kelsey Aikman, and East Coaster Mark Bishop. And celebrating its world premiere at AIFF is Atlantic-produced Stolen Time, directed by NASCAD alumni Helene Klodowski, and the previously announced Atlantic world premieres are Celestial Queer, The Life, Work, and Wonder of James McSwain, directed by Sue Johnson and Aaron Foster, Nova Scotia, and A Quiet Girl, directed by Adrian Wills of Newfoundland. And the remaining Canadian and international documentaries include Against the Tide, directed by Sarvnik Kaur, Analog Revolution, How Feminist Media Changed the World, directed by Marusha Bujakiru, The Elephant Six Recording Company, directed by C.B. Stockfleth, I Lost My Mom, directed by Denny Desjardins, Innocence, directed by Guy Davidi, and Invisible Beauty, directed by Bethann Hardison, Frederick Cheng, Orlando, My Political Biography, directed by Paul C. Pricado, Smoke Sauna Sisterhood, directed by Anna Hintz, and Someone Lives Here, directed by Zach Russell. And now, Sandy will talk about Narrative New Waves.
Thank you, Fallon. So a program that showcases filmmakers' feature film debuts, Narrative New Waves is a spotlight on emerging filmmakers from Canada and around the globe. These are the filmmakers to watch. The program offers exciting world premieres and highly anticipated films having a premiere this fall. And many of these films have already garnered significant praise from their screenings at Cannes, South by Southwest, Tribeca, and Fantasia. Spanning from Dominican Republic to Chile to Senegal, the program has everything from family drama and comedy to vampires and a chilling critique of colonialism. The Narrative New Waves program is bursting with talent. The following are the 12 Narrative New Wave films. Backspot, directed by D.W. Watterson. Benel and Adama by Ramada Toulé C. The Canadian premiere of Boca Chica, directed by Gabriella A. Moses. The world premiere of Doubles, directed by Ian Harnerine. Humanist Vampire Seeks Consenting Suicidal Person, directed by Ariane Louise Says. I Used to Be Funny, directed by Ali Pankyu. In Flames, directed by Zarar Khan. It's Raining in the House, directed by Paloma Sermon-Dailly. Richelieu, directed by Pierre-Philippe Chevigny. Seagrass, directed by Meredith Hama Brown. The Settlers, directed by Felipe Galvez Haberle. And With Love and a Major Organ, directed by Kim Albright. And now Kevin will announce the World Cinema Program.
Thank you, Sandy. Our World Cinema Program brings a selection of highly anticipated films from around the globe here to Atlantic Canada, giving audiences a window into worlds, stories, and perspectives far beyond our own. This year's program includes brand new works from Canadian film legends and acclaimed international favorites earning top prizes on the festival circuit, fresh off of premieres at Cannes, TIFF, and more. Our 2023 World Cinema Program includes, from the Atlantic region, The King Tide, directed by Christian Sparks from Newfoundland, and the previously announced world premiere of Who's Your Father, directed by Jeremy Larder from PEI. Canadian and international World Cinema titles include About Dry Grasses by Nuri Bilge-Ceylan, Anatomy of a Fall, directed by Justine Trier, La Chimera, directed by Eliche Rohrwacher, Close to You, directed by Dominic Savage, Days of Happiness, directed by Chloe Robichaud, Fallen Leaves, directed by Aki Kaurismäki, Fitting In, directed by Molly McGlynn, Monster, directed by Koreeda Hirokazu, The Old Oak, directed by Ken Loach, Perfect Days, directed by Wim Wenders, The Promised Land, directed by Nikolai Arcel, Red, White, and Brass, directed by Damon Fapuliai, Seven Veils, directed by Adam Agoyan, the world premiere of Suze, directed by Lindsay Stewart and Dane Clark, Tatuktivuk, What We See, directed by Carol Canuck and Lucy Tulugaruk, The Delinquents, directed by Rodrigo Moreno, and Totem, directed by Lila Aviles. After the sun goes down on AIFF's regular screenings, it's time for our brand new Late Night Visions program to bring the kind of weird, wild, and boundary-pushing films sure to satisfy genre fans. This year's Late Night Visions are Raging Grace by Paris Sarcilla, Red Rooms by Pascal Plante, and Deliver Us, directed by Crew Ennis and Leroy Coons. I'll now invite Lisa back up to announce the Classics and Restored program.
We will present classic and restored films as part of the festival this year and are excited to offer them for free for the public audience to see or rediscover on our opening weekend. Kicking off the festival for Friday will be the 4K restoration of The Mother and the Whore, directed by Jean Eustache. Celebrating its 50th anniversary, the film was the winner of the Grand Prix in Cannes in 1973 and was widely hailed as an instant classic, but has been notoriously difficult to see in theater since. Celebrating tremendous Atlantic talent, we are also pleased to present the newly restored print of the 1988 Atlantic Film Life Classes, directed by William D. McGilvery. Named a masterwork of Canadian cinema by Canadian Heritage, the 35th anniversary of the film will screen in partnership with the Academy of Canadian Cinema and Television and will be a special edition of the Academy Talks Close-Up presented by Telefilm. We are excited to welcome the director here for a Q&A during the festival, and he will discuss his work and career following the screening. Our new In Focus program was created to celebrate the work of a filmmaker or icon. For its inaugural year, we couldn't think of anyone more worthy than Gordon Pinsent. One of Canada's most beloved and prolific actors, Gordon was born in Grand Falls, Newfoundland, and was a born and proud East Coaster. To acknowledge his legacy, the Film Festival is proud to showcase 2 films from his career in partnership with Real Canada. John and the Missus, the 1987 drama set in Newfoundland that Gordon directed, wrote, and starred in, as well as the enduring and comedic drama The Grand Seduction, directed by Don McKellar, which opened our festival in 2013. Gordon Pinsent received a Canadian Screen Award for acting in both of these films, of course. And now, please enjoy a sizzle reel for the festival, featuring many titles that you can see in September. Thank you, Lisa, and thank you to the whole programming team who've been working so hard all spring and summer to bring us this amazing and wide-ranging lineup of films. Our opening night gala celebration will be held this year at the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic. We're excited to celebrate the festival's opening in this beautiful seaside space full of local history. Our Atlantic Gala party following the Atlantic Gala film will take place at the Garden Restaurant on Queen Street. On Saturday night, you're invited to our first ever Love Film Party at Cable Wharf. This party will be a celebration for everyone who loves film. Our closing night party, where we all let loose after a long week of movie watching, will be Thursday, September 21st. More details to follow. Our Atlantic Awards celebration is a laid-back daytime event celebrating our Atlantic Canadian filmmaking talent, presented in partnership with the Atlantic Filmmakers Cooperative and the Linda Joy Awards. This year, the awards will be presented at NASCAD's Art Bar on Granville Street. Our friends at AIFF are also holding their own party at their office on Sunday night
And our friends at the National Film Board are having an open house at their office Tuesday evening on Spring Garden Road. And now I'll bring Chrissy back up to talk about our other industry events and programs.
The newly inaugurated Industry Department at AIFF is thrilled to present a rich selection of programs and offerings this year for our community. We're opening the doors of the festival to our industry to celebrate our common love of film, commiserate and connect at a series of parties, mixers, and events. We're also looking forward to exchanging ideas at 5 panels covering topics that matter. This year's panels will include a presentation on distribution by the National Film Board, a conversation about creating healthy set environments, new trends and methods in casting, and a look at documentaries that make a difference. Finally, we'll explore an examination of what it is to write film in our current era of streaming and strikes. The AIFF team looks forward to hosting these conversations and celebrations. I'd also like to tell you about a new program just launched this summer. The AIFF Filmmaker Lab, presented by RBC Emerging Artists Foundation, is an incubator of talent. Through this program, it's our mission to support an exciting, diverse cohort of 10 emerging filmmakers from across the Atlantic provinces. The cohort is currently participating in a summer filled with inspiring virtual workshops led by seasoned industry guest stars. This fall, they will partake in all our new industry offerings, enjoying our robust shorts program, taking their own set of meetings with a film festival strategist, and enjoying and connecting with fellow filmmakers. We look forward to seeing everyone partaking in the festivities. Thank you.
Okay, as you can see, the festival will shine a spotlight on Atlantic Canadian filmmakers and an inspiring selection of films from around the globe. We encourage you to celebrate the joy of film with us. From drama to animation, from emerging talents to auteurs, we are confident that audiences will find much to love about the selection of films this year. And finally, it is my pleasure to present the 4 gala presentations, our standout film titles for 2023. The Real East Coast Shorts Gala offers a spotlight on some of the festival's beloved alumni, award-winning films, as well as impressive debuts. We are pleased to present the following short films. Slay, directed by Kevin Hartford from Nova Scotia. Evelyn, directed by Milliforth Clarks from PEI. Father Archie, directed by Todd Fraser from New Brunswick. Hebron Relocation, directed by Holly Anderson from Newfoundland and Labrador. Mother's Skin, directed by Leah Johnston from Nova Scotia. The Healing Jar, directed by Andrea Cass from Newfoundland and Labrador. And Escape the Usual, directed by Colby Conrad from Nova Scotia. The Real East Coast Shorts Gala will take place on Sunday, September 17th at 7 p.m. For our Atlantic Gala, from Newfoundland, we are thrilled to present Sweetland, directed by award-winning writer and director Christian Sparks and produced by Alison White. This highly anticipated drama is based on the acclaimed novel by Michael Crummy about a Newfoundland community facing resettlement and one man's insistence on not leaving. It's bold and beautifully shot and has an outstanding lead performance by Mark Lewis-Jones from The Crown and Chernobyl and Mary Walsh in a supporting role. The Atlantic Gala will take place on Friday, September 15th at 7 p.m. The festival's closing night gala on Thursday, September 21st at 7 p.m. will be Flora and Son, directed by John Carney. From the director of Once and coming from its premieres at Sundance and TIFF, Flora and Son has John Carney's signature melodic style and features Joseph Gordon-Levitt, as well as an incredible performance by Eve Hewson as a young mother trying to connect with her teenage son through a shared love of music. It is charming, uplifting, and a musically dazzling way to close out the program. And for our final film announcement, the festival is honored to present the feature debut, Queen of My Dreams, directed by Faza Mirza, produced by Andrea Wilson Mirza, Jason Levangie, and Mark Tetro as the opening night gala presentation for the 2023 Atlantic International Film Festival. Queen of My Dreams is an incredibly vibrant, bold, and beautifully realized family story depicting a South Asian mother-daughter dynamic at its core. It's filmed in Pakistan and Cape Breton, and the film stands out as completely original and unique, and Fawza as a true talent to celebrate. With exceptional lead performances by Amrit Kaur, Nimar Busha, and Hamza Haq, the film is mesmerizing and I think will resonate with many. We are so excited to share it with our audiences and to welcome the team here in September. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Our online box office opens at 3 p.m. and you can begin buying tickets and registering for all these events that you just heard about today. Seating in theaters this year will be by general admission. This will allow you to choose your seat when you arrive at the cinema. It will also allow us to create rush lines for sold-out screenings to fill last-minute seats should they become available. As always, the best way to reserve a spot is to buy your tickets in advance. Atlantic Canadian films will be available to stream during the festival in all 4 Atlantic provinces through our AIFF online streaming platform. New this year, we will have an online Shorts Pass, which will allow you to access all the Atlantic Canadian short films online for one price. We're offering 2 forms of our printed program guide this year. The first is a slim version containing the schedule only. This guide will be available at select locations throughout Halifax in the weeks leading up to the festival. Our traditional printed program guide with full film descriptions and event descriptions makes a triumphant return this year and will be available at the box office by donation or as a PDF on our website. In solidarity with the local industry, which is facing a difficult season due to labor disputes, for the first time we are offering a cast and crew discount. This discount will be available through our industry partners, including ACTRA, IATSE, DGC, Screen Nova Scotia, Film PEI, NIFCO, NB Film Co-op, and AFCOOP. AIFF is a nonprofit organization and relies on the support of our government partners as well as our corporate partners to bring you this event every September. Thank you so much for your continued commitment to the festival. A warm welcome to all of our new team members and a heartfelt thanks to the entire festival staff, board, and volunteers for their tremendous work organizing this year's event. We all have films we love, the films we watch over and over, the films that comfort us, the films we only need to see once to make a lasting impression, films that challenge us, films that make us realize something about ourselves, films that show us worlds and perspectives far beyond our own. We hope that you find a film, or 3 or 4, to love at this year's Atlantic International Film Festival. This concludes our program launch. There are some photo backdrops in the lobby for media and interviews. And if there are any filmmakers in attendance, please do stick around in case the press want to talk to you about your film. Thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to seeing you all in September.